What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are live. I don't know what happened. My screen just disappeared. Can you guys see me? I hope, because I can't see you guys right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. I got a special guest coming to the lab. I'll introduce her in a minute. I got to figure out how to get the screen back up. I don't know why it disappeared. This is Coach Cleus, your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach. There we go. There we go. I got it back up. I don't know what happened. There we go. All right, we're good to go. It's Coach Cleus, your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach, your author, and your favorite baker's favorite baker. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, I got a special guest in the lab. We're going to have a lot of fun today. This guest challenged me yesterday on some things, so we're going to have some fun. We got to change it up a little bit, and we're going to have some fun doing it. But first and foremost, I got to let you guys know this is going to be an interactive live, okay? So by the time that you post a comment and the time that we see it, there's about a 5 to 10 second delay. So by the time that I see it, we may actually be on to another topic, but we will address the comments as they come in. Okay. I need to know what the energy levels are, though. Where it's Friday for most of us, I hope you guys had a good week. It's been a challenging time of the year already. 2020 has been challenging. 2021 looks like it's about to be challenging on the horizon. But as of today, I need to know what the energy levels are. I need to know what the energy levels are like. So if you had a good day today, I need you to put a 1 in the comment section. Put a 1 in the comment section if you had a good day today. And if you know, most of you guys already know I don't believe in bad days. I like to call them character building days because you can learn from them, you can grow from them. They're necessary because they make you appreciate the outstanding days that much more better. So if you had a quote unquote bad day or character building day, I need you to put a 2. Looks like a peace sign. Put a 2 in the comment section if you had a character building day. Put a 2 in the comment section if you had a character building day, and hopefully tomorrow's a better day for you. And if you had what I wish that we all have every single day, if you had an outstanding day, I need you to put a 0 in that chumpy. Put a 0 in the comment section if you had an outstanding day. Put a 0 in the comment section if you had an outstanding day. I'm going to put a 1 at the end of this live, and I'll see what our guest is going to put at the end of this live. But I'm going to put a 1. I had a good day today. I hope the rest of you did as well. All right. We're already on the Facebook page. Some of us. We're also broadcasting from YouTube, and LinkedIn won't let me be great, so I'm sorry. We're going to get that on there. But make sure if you haven't already subscribed to the page, like the page, share it, tag, like, and share it with your friends. Make sure you check out the website. The website is zooming right below, workwithclee.com. And on that website, we'll breeze right through it real quick. You'll see March 4th, a book that I wrote, motivational empowerment book. We got #grudge on that website also. That just came out June 1st. It's about forgiveness. It's about holding grudges. It's about mistakes. It's about anger. No shade, all light. Those are all on the website. Make sure you guys check them out when you do. Not now, but when you check out the website, which is scrolling below. All right. Right. I'm going to flip the screen and we're going to flip to Shayla with Shayla Showcase. Shayla, you want to bring some attention to everyone?
Yeah, but I have a question for you first.
What's up?
Are you classy? Are you classy?
Yeah. Oh, wow. She just did
But
that.
Are you mighty classy?
Yeah, that's clever. That's clever.
Yeah, it took you a while. Anyway, come shop 24/7 with Sonia Stokes she's a paparazzi accessories independent consultant. You can shop with her at paparazziaccessories.com/55766 The price is only $5. That's right. $5 will get you nickel and lead-free jewelry that'll have you looking and feeling mighty classy. If you like jewelry, join her on Facebook on the Mighty Classy page. We'll make sure that is linked at the top of this Facebook. When it's on Facebook, we'll make sure it's there so you can get that link. You can check her out every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on Facebook. She has a live show that she does that'll be fun. It'll have chances to win free jewelry and, of course, mighty classy designs. If you love jewelry and appreciate extra money, you can join our team. Visit our website for additional information. And moving on to our next sponsor, we have Cy Emery, who has a novel out called Over the Tracks. It's a must-read with themes of race, loss, and friendship. The young adult novel sizzles with action, suspense, and urban drama. The characters grab your heart and won't let go, leaving you begging for more. Over the Tracks is now available on Amazon Books. Then moving on to a place that we love, House of Vegans. We check out on Sundays their famous Slat Burgers. And remember, they are called House of Vegans, but you don't have to be vegan to go there. I am not vegan and I enjoy the food very much. They have a good variety. But again, we like to go on Sundays when they have the Slat Burger. They are located at 1426 North 3rd Street in Midtown Harrisburg. And then coming very soon, directly across the street, you can check out Good Brothers Cafe. It'll be a one-of-a-kind bookstore that'll be in the Midtown area. They will have great coffee, pastries, and literature from across the country and world. They're opening very soon, and we'll be sure to share that date with you when it's available. Then last but certainly not least, we have DJ Bliss Productions for your musical needs, big or small. Let DJ Bliss take your party, corporate event, or reception to the next level. He specializes in all different music genres. You can contact DJ Bliss at djbliss717@aol.com, or you can find him on Facebook at DJ Bliss. And that's all I have for this week's Shayla Showcase.
Thank you. Good job. Appreciate it. Just getting these tickers switched around real quick. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. I got a special guest in the lab. I'm very excited to have her in the lab. She navigates through the corporate world. She is an online personality within her own right. She's a poet. She's an actor. She's a model. She's an author. She's a philanthropist. She is the business owner of Image Czar Communications. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you. Let me bring it to the screen. Take her off mute here. Khianna Palmer. Khianna, how are you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. I'm doing good today. I had a good day. I put a 1 in the comment section.
Okay. Yeah, I see it. All right, good. Thank you for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
With Image Czar Communications. So I am the owner of Image Czar Communications. Hello, everyone. My name is Khianna Palmer. I started Image Czar Communications in 2017 just to start creating a platform for people to have a place to be able to work from home. I initially was born in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I moved from Indiana to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania in 1992. And so from there, I went on to go to school and grow up and live my little adult life there. And then I moved to Charlotte, North Carolina. That is where I am right now doing Image Czar Communications.
Okay, nice. And we're going to talk about it a little further, but exactly who exactly do you, what's your clientele for Image Czar Communications? Who are you actually looking to network with?
The clientele would be anybody who's interested in working from home and they're not really sure where to even start. They might be, second guessing themselves. They don't even know who to contact. They don't know who to trust. Those are the reasons why I even started my own platform. And that's the clientele that I look for. Anybody who's tired of having to commute to work and just really wanting to have another opportunity or another option to have another stream of revenue come into their household. So we deal with this. There's quite a few different avenues of different clientele that we work with. It could be single people, there's married couples, there's college students, anybody.
Okay, and you started this company in 2017 itself, just for the platform that you're using right now.
Yes.
Correct?
Yep, started in 2017.
My bad. So, all right, because you see, I'm gonna let everybody know. See, I had a standard set of questions, and she challenged my questions yesterday, so we had to. I had to revamp a little bit, which I'm cool with. I appreciate the fact that she challenged me a little bit, put me outside my comfort zone a little bit more. I had to dig a little deeper. So some of the things that I found out while digging a little deeper and through the course of our conversations is I already knew this because I talked to Warren Ritter that you were a poet, but I didn't know that you I forget the actual name of it. You were with the Poet Society or a poetry club while you were here. Is that correct?
Yes. Thanks for that plug there, Rick.
Hello. Can you hear me?
So talented. But I did start with it was a poetry collective called I Am Words. And we started that many years ago. And we used to always have like right there, Midtown Harrisburg. It might have been at every Wednesday, we would have a poetry show. And that was the thing with Tiger Rose, a bunch of us, Soul Cry, Nia Bailey, just a bunch of poets that would come together. It was way more than that. it's so many of us would come together. We would go and perform like every Wednesday and really have that open mic type of showcase and that underground feel that came with it.
Okay. That just that raw energy right there.
Yeah. Because for me too, like poetry creates a lot of therapeutic avenues when it comes to people even listening to poetry, people who read poetry, people who perform poetry. It allows you to build a deeper connection with yourself, and it helps you understand other people more. So that's really my drive behind doing poetry and still doing it to this day, is the whole entire mental benefit that all the overall health benefits that people get from poetry.
Very therapeutic, because it forces you to articulate yourself in a way that makes sense to you or maybe to others in a way that's very creative as well.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you got nominated for Best Poet a couple years ago.
In 2015 at Harrisburg, Harrisburg had the 717 Video Music Awards. Put on and showcased there. Hakeem Zahir, that was his big event that he had. And so I did win in 2015 Poet of the Year that time. Okay. So that's what made me an award-winning poet. So shout out to him for being able to create such an avenue for local talent to be able to be recognized that way. Mm-hmm. From there, I wrote a poetry book. And that poetry book was nominated here in Charlotte for Author of the Year.
Okay. What's the name of that book?
That book was called Sold Not for Sale.
Okay. All right. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that's a collection of your poetry work itself.
Yes, it's a collection of my original poetry work that I've written over years and years and years, and just really put it in a book for people to read, to constantly have and look on and be able to refer to when they like, man, I just need to read some poetry. I just need to read something I can relate to, something that get me through something tough. I'm going through something right now. Let me go back and read this piece that I could feel.
Gotcha. And Shayla just commented too. She said that's where she knows you from, Poetry Night. Okay.
Hey, I knew her face looked familiar. I was like, I know her.
The past comes back and visits itself. There you go.
Mm-hmm. And then recently there's the Gaston Arts Council here, and they just in December just bought 50 of my poetry books for their program.
Okay.
So I was like, okay.
Well, that's cool. I know. I know that put a smile on your face too. So other than poetry, have you written any other publications?
I have written a lot of publications over the years. I started with a blog on WordPress many years ago. Probably like 7 years ago, I started with that blog and created just it might have been like a bi-weekly or a monthly thing. It's been so many years, but that was the only thing that I did was just have that blog that was set up. And then I have some other books. Like I've been sitting on 2 children's books for like the past 6 years. So I haven't published them or anything like that. I want to wait until it's right.
What are you tweaking them? What else needs to be done with them?
Well, they're children's books, so I want children to be the author. I mean, not the authors, but the illustrators of the book.
Okay.
So that's what I want to do. So I'm going to get some artists, some local artists, child artists, and have them illustrate how the book goes. So, you got the parents involved and make sure that everything is fine with the parent, and they have to do the okay because they're, minors. So just kind of getting that together. And even the Gaston Arts Council, we're willing to, we're going to connect and talk about how we're going to execute that plan. Okay.
Does that go hand in hand? I know you've done a couple writers' workshops. Do you do that with adults or children, or kind of a mix of everyone?
And I haven't done a writer's workshop in a long time. It's been I've done it with just adults before.
Okay.
Adults, but I'm looking to get that into the young people's sector, because that is so crucial and so key to getting them in a space where they can either speak freely or they can feel comfortable about what they're thinking and what they're feeling, and just get really creative with their writing. That's why I love creative writing so much. Just create that space for them where it's like, okay, it's no judgment. You can go and just write it down.
Mm-hmm.
down. It's so therapeutic, and then go ahead and let it out without judgment.
Yeah, I like that. I wish I would have known about that. I would have attended some when they were up here myself, because me personally, I've been writing since about 8th grade, and I know it's very therapeutic. Just because you get your thoughts and whatever fantasies, dreams, desires out on paper, and it's a euphoric effect actually to write it out the way you want it to be, the way you see it, with no judgment.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it also helps to manifest things. I guess I don't want to get too deep into that, but I feel like once you write it down on paper, that's why I make my son write his chores down on paper. You write it down on paper, and then you know it's going to get done, and it just like it has to be done. It'll manifest itself to completion.
So I had my son write out, like I do every year, write out his goals for the year on paper, and then we post them somewhere. So of course this year it's on the refrigerator, and one of his goals he wrote down was to stop being so lazy. And I know he regrets writing that down, because I throw it back at him a lot, saying, every time it's time for him to do something, I said, you yourself wrote this down saying that you need to stop being so lazy. So stop doing it, or go ahead and take the trash out, or whatever you need to do for that moment.
I'm telling my son to write that down.
Exactly.
So lazy.
So you've done a couple. What other kind of events have you done throughout your career of being, I guess, a social personality? I've seen a couple of your clips. Some of them they made me nervous. I go, oh, she gonna post somebody's stuff on her page, and then a couple of them just made me made me laugh. I saw your red light special video that you did.
You know, that's music in itself with the red light special stuff. So music in itself, everybody loves the music from the 90s, TLC, red light special, and it just really takes us to a feel-good place. So I like to share videos and stuff where people can just really connect with it and people can have a good time. I've also just shared like a video where I spoofed like Kelly's Price song "As We Lay," and I did it as like a COVID. It was like a COVID spoof thing that I did, but it was very funny. It was supposed to be funny. My son gave the approval of it.
Okay, I gotta check that one out.
Yeah, let's give you those videos, and then also too, like just recently, I started an OnlyFans page. So I started that last year, and just really give you that platform, because we can't go to venues and have poetry anymore. And when you think about it, people were going to venues and they're going to poetry nights on a date. They're taking somebody else with them. You know, you're paying $30, $40, $50. Throw food in there, so you're going to pay a little bit more money, throw some drinks in there. Whereas now, when I see how they have the OnlyFans set up, it's like you can just log in, get you some poetry, and you don't have to worry about all the other things that come with it. Still being able to bring everybody the poetry and bring them the mental therapy that they need, just straight to wherever they're at.
Gotcha. I know when I saw that too. Also, she got an OnlyFans page. Like, oh, she got to explain that one. But it makes perfect sense though, because as you put your information out there to be shared for the world, you should get some sort of payment for it. For one, for two, it does allow people to come together and enjoy the purpose, and that is a platform available for that. I guess my mind went straight left. I was like, wow, you got to explain that one.
And I had to go and I had to check it out myself. I'm like, what is everybody talking about this OnlyFans stuff? You know what? I'm just a mom. What do I know? So I like to research when everybody's talking about some things and find out for myself. So actually went on there. I saw that there was a woman with an arts and crafts channel.
Okay.
A pilot. He was a pilot and he was a pilot and a fitness instructor. So he's flying airplanes and he's doing fitness part-time, and he had his page. I saw a comedian. Actually, I saw a couple of comedians on there. And then comedians that were playing that had their OnlyFans pages. I was like, this is pretty awesome. I don't know what everybody else is talking about. I didn't see any of the other stuff when I went on here.
And then so when you created your own, that's when everyone else came out.
Y'all need to hear some poetry on this OnlyFans page. That's what y'all need to do. Let me get this therapy, because I saw really like whole bands. There was musicians who were playing saxophones. I'm like, oh my God, this is great. We can't really go out. We can't go out to venues anymore. And I'm like, this is really good, because now you can just come to me, I can keep on my sweatpants and my pajamas, and I cast it to my TV, and boom.
It's right there. So, and that's leading me to one of my other questions too, because COVID shut things down tremendously. So, is that one of the ways that you've navigated through OnlyFans page, and how else have you been able to navigate through COVID since it's kind of been a game changer?
OnlyFans is one, but just a little portion because you have to kind of build on that. So that's something that takes time.
Right.
Being able to navigate through all of this COVID stuff, first and foremost, just as a parent with a child, a teen boy who's in high school and who's lazy, and you have to stay up on them, and they think they know everything. So it's like,
preach.
This is going to be a task. The task, because one of the greatest things that I love about parenting is I find it exciting. I don't know if other parents do, but it is so exciting for me to strategize things around my child, to plan and strategize. So to get him to do things, to complete his work, to get him to use his brain, to get him to learn lessons. In his mind, I like to strategize these things out.
Okay.
Go somewhere. Is that right? Well, what you gonna do for me to let you go somewhere?
Gotcha. Well,
complete all your schoolwork. Is everything done? And you want to go live stream? You do the streaming and games and stuff. Oh, is that right? That's what you want to do. Well, what did you get done already? This is just so exciting to me. Just all that kind of stuff. Even when I hand down punishments, it's like, what are we gonna do now? How is this gonna teach him a lesson?
Well, and he probably comes with his list. I already completed all my homework and all my assignments. I gotta go take care of something real quick, Mom. Is that cool?
As long as he can show me everything is done, and I'm like, okay, you can stay. You can go stream for an hour, maybe 2. We'll see how. But as long as everything is completed, because last semester he failed a class. And I was like, oh, and that's because he didn't want to follow my plan of execution and making sure he came out and passed the class. So I let him do his own thing. He was like, I don't know why. Why do I have to do work on the weekends? Okay. I'll let you find out why you got to do work on the weekends. So that was just one of the ways me trying to navigate through that is just really being lighthearted about it, making sure that there's balance. It's really tough. It's really a strain when you're being a parent and you have to work and you have to, even some people have other children. Like I have my niece here, and she's 8, just turned 18. So she's still in high school. It's supposed to be her last year. And so it's just a lot of things to juggle and to balance and to kind of wrap your head around all of it. And navigating through that was just always just keeping my sense of humor at the forefront and really being understanding to the fact that, yes, these are children, but they're also not children. They don't want to be called children. They want to be called teens.
I know.
They want to be called teens. These teens, these young people, the youth, they're still human beings. They're still stressed out. They're still trying to adapt and adjust to the changes that they have to deal with and that they're facing with all of this. Fear factor does come into place, and just really just creating a plan. That's all it is just staying focused. So I've used that. And another thing that has helped me is being able to work from home, is having the opportunity. I can just work from home. I can come out of my room, or I can come upstairs out of the office from downstairs and go and check on my son at any given point of the day.
That's a bonus.
In which class you're in. I'll go into his room while he's in class, and I'll pull up a chair and sit right there. Like, what's going on in this class? They just start that second semester, and what they do is the second semester they get a different set of classes. So new here like that. And so you go in there, and I'm like, what's going on in this class? Who's this teacher? What are they talking about in here? I like being able to do that. He doesn't like it, but I love it. And you just bust in the room on your kids, and they don't even know what you doing in here.
Keeps them on their toes, like, I gotta stay on it.
Okay, just making sure you're in class and you're not asleep. Hey. But I like having that opportunity to I can work from home. I can still watch him and stay on top of him. So that's just one of the things that's really been helping me get through that. And even though we have to use masks to go everywhere, I still go outside every single day. I don't care if I have to walk around the corner. Maybe I have to drive to the gas station. I have to go outside every single day.
I understand that. I know for especially when things shut down big time and there was nowhere to go. I got you. It was nice at first to actually be at home with nothing to do, and then it got real. I don't even know the actual term for it, but you got so used to it, it was scary to the point where you almost didn't want to come out anymore. And I had to force myself to go back out and do some things because it got creepily uncomfortable. If that makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense because just like you said, it's being at first it was really like, okay, well, I can stay in the house.
Yeah, it was cool.
I have to worry about getting fired from my job. Everything's good. And you take it all in. Then after like a couple of weeks, it's like, okay, is it what's happening?
Yeah.
Then the new normal term started coming out.
I don't know how to be social anymore.
You've been coping with it though.
How have I been coping with it? I've been forcing myself to come up with alternatives to step outside or to I go for walks either around my neighborhood, if nothing else, to go for a little 2 mile or 3 mile to get outside, to get some fresh air, to be out where I don't have to wear a mask if I'm outside walking around. Listen, I've been doing projects, of course, around the house. During April and May, I completed my third book, so it gave me time to actually sit down and get my thoughts together, and it was done. That book was done for probably a year and a half. It just needed some fine tuning. And I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity. I'm not doing anything. So I could just sit down and fine tune it and get it up to par and get it published. So, I mean, I got to knock out some of the projects on my list.
That's good.
Yep.
Just keep your mind and hands busy. So yeah, that's how I've been navigating through it and being a help to other people as well. As long as I'm able to help other people and provide that platform, because things really started to spike once the COVID stuff hit. Then everybody's panicking and they're worried about the job. What are you talking about with this home-based work stuff? And it really created me that opportunity. Like, I'm so glad I was able to be here. But I just say, what else is there?
Exactly. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. If I would come to you or someone would come to you and they don't know anything or know a very limited amount of what you do for Image Czar Communications, what would be the process for us to do a collaboration or to utilize your services?
Yeah. So the first step we'll do is we'll have a meeting. It'll be like a Zoom meeting. So we can talk and they can ask, and I can answer any of the questions that they have about getting set up and working from home. I'll make sure if they have the equipment that they need, you have a computer, a desktop, a laptop. I can get you links to, and I have a partner who also provides the computers if you need them. Okay. So if you purchase something, I can make sure I get you set up with somebody where you can get the computers from. Good deals on headsets if you need a headset, but that's the first step that we'll go into, just making sure you have everything. And then you have access to your portal, which is where all the jobs are housed, and you can go in and see like, okay, I can work for this company because I'm into books, or I'm good at tech and support. Let me pick this client and contract with them. And so you'll be able to go in and I just navigate them through how to use their portal, and it's all set up from there.
Okay.
Basically, that's really all it is to it. At this point, you would just wait and decide which company you want to go with. You don't really have to wait. I say that because there's people who have waited 6 months. They waited a year. Being able to have the portal and was like, okay, I'm ready to start working from home now. And then they'll go in and pick a client and start training and then start servicing. And I'm like, well, that's what I like about it, because it doesn't have to feel like it's something that's rushed. I don't want anybody to ever feel like they're rushed into having to work from home. Oh, it's something I have to do right now. No, just get your portal set up. So that way, all the stuff that they do is out the way, and they need to do a background check that might take a couple days away now. So that way in 2-3 weeks or next month, they want to shut everything back down again. You can just roll over, log into your portal. All right, I'll start this training in 2 weeks, and where your next paycheck is coming.
Gotcha. That eliminates a lot of the fear if another shutdown would come. I know the very first one kind of scary. A lot of people were laid off. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people, the jobs changed actually, where a lot of clerical jobs may have been downsized. I know like United Concordia, I don't even know if they've even come back fully to staff. I know they were looking toward having people working from home. So it kind of forced people to readjust their lives.
Absolutely. And it's really good to have that, because I was in a situation, even with the COVID stuff, I was working for this franchise, and he came to me when he had a meeting and was like, I'm not gonna be able to pay you your salary anymore. I'm going to have to put you on straight commission. I mean, I hear you and I understand the COVID situation, but I wasn't panicking because I know I can just go log into my portal and I can go and decide off of 15, 20 different customer brands that we know and love and we see in commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and decide I'm going to do customer service for them. I'm going to do tech support for them, but it doesn't leave me in a panic. So I'm not stressed out. I'm not worried and things like that. So that's that right there, just having that comfort the entire 2020, even though I worked outside the house, I worked at the airport, fueling airplanes, and I still was able to I'm comfortable. If they have to shut the airport down, I'm just going to go work for my customer service stuff. That was things that kept me set and just kept me in control and kept me calm. And then when you're calm, then your mind is clear to make decisions that you have to make.
Right. Can you hear me? I see I'm frozen.
I can hear you.
All right, good. All right. So I see that your company is basically like a hub. You navigate people, you can get clients in and you can navigate them to a certain section where they're more comfortable with. And that's basically where they do their service or work in the industry itself, correct?
Correct. So once they do, it is like a hub. The client themselves can see, well, not the client, the representative, anybody who signs up to be an agent, they can see the job description for each client. And that helps them decide, okay, this is the job description and this is the type of headset that I need. I can do this job or not. So, I mean, I just help them with the whole technical aspect because you're literally coming in as a 1099 contractor.
Okay.
And as a 1099 contractor, you're starting your own business. And when you come with starting your own business, there's a lot of questions that come with that. Like, who do I call if I have tech support issues? Who's on payroll? Where do I go and check my hours? It's a bunch of things that you don't know. And a lot of people are afraid. It's scary to start your own business.
It is.
You just jump in and like, oh, okay, I got it. It's like, am I doing this right? Did I do that right? No, and I'm here as the independent business organizer to really help you through every step of the process that you have, just that you even could possibly think you're going to run into, and I handle all of it for you.
All right, that makes perfect sense. Thank you for explaining that a little further. And I see if anyone has any questions or would like to reach out to you, your website is scrolling below, imageczarllc.com.
Yes.
There we go. And we talked about I want to ask, modeling and acting, has that helped you through the industry itself, either through Image Czar LLC or just through putting on events for poetry or just standing up and speaking in front of people?
The acting part really helps with the performing piece. They go together hand in hand. I really wish I would have had more time to really hone in on the acting portion and really get better at it. I wish I had somebody help me get better at it.
Okay.
There was the vagina monologues that Demora Wallace had did in 2015 in Harrisburg at the HMAC. And I did that. And I wish I would have had more time to really fine tune some acting or practice acting more, to just be better and really kind of hone that skill or that talent to do other things. But then there's still poetry, and poetry, when you're performing, you do have to perform. Get into what this piece is saying and how resonate with the way it makes people feel, or even how it makes you feel. So that way you're delivering a good poetry piece.
Right.
So that's where the acting stuff comes in. The modeling stuff has been a very, very long long haul. It's been a long haul doing the modeling stuff.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
It's been fun. It's really been fun. I'm sorry, what were you getting ready to say?
I was going to ask you to elaborate. How has it been a long haul?
Because it started really early on, probably in my early 20s is when I started getting into acting and modeling. Because I did like the way that you're telling a story.
Mm-hmm.
The way the acting piece comes in is telling you a story. And initially I thought the modeling portion would be fun. Oh, this will be fun. This will be cute. You know, you're 20, 21, 22. You don't know no better.
Mm-hmm.
What I was thinking. But then I had an incident happen where I decided that I didn't want to be cute anymore. I didn't want to be attractive anymore. I mean, I still wanted to model because I wanted to represent a type of beauty, but I didn't want to be the standard of what the world considered beautiful.
Right. I remember you sent me the text yesterday where you said you didn't like the word beautiful, or didn't like to be acknowledged as beautiful. And does that solely stem from modeling itself?
It's not necessarily from modeling, just the way that people perceive beauty and what it is. It's so superficial.
Okay.
How people describe beauty. So what happened to me, which really made me change and completely pivot my perspective in my path. I was about 24, 25, 26. I was around that time, and I was working with a photographer at the time who I would share different ideals of really how to, it was a brown skinned woman with natural hair. I'm really outside. I'm almost 5'8". I've never been a small person. So I've always, my small is like 170 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's small to me. I've never really been tiny. It was like, well, that's fine. We can put out the curvy girl, look, image. And I'm sharing ideals and things with him. And he tells me, you don't have the body for these poses.
Oh, wow.
This is what he told me.
Wow.
This is when Sean Thompson was training me. Shout out to Sean Thompson. He kept me together.
Got you.
Training me. I was running 3-4 miles every other day. I wasn't running. I was doing his spin class in the morning time and his boot camp at night.
Mm-hmm.
Talking 175 pounds on me, almost 5'8". And this is how I'm working out, training with a personal trainer. I'm very healthy. I was very in shape. Mm-hmm. And I have this man here telling me I don't have the body for the poses and just the vision that I wanted to put out there.
Wow.
Then another guy who said, I have he introduced himself. He was working on a house next door to where I was living at.
Mm-hmm.
Came in and told me, I know a buddy who would like to take who's a photographer, and he works for like different magazines and this and that. So I'm listening to him like, okay, that sounds nice. And he was like, all you need to do is just shave off about 5 or 10 extra pounds. To shave off about 5 or 10 pounds. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that. Mm-hmm. It just didn't make sense. So it's like, okay, I'm not enough as you see me right now. I have to lose more weight, or right. I have the body image that you guys think I should have. And now you're trying to put me inside of a box, mm-hmm. an envelope with me. And that just never set right with me. So when I'm being told these things, I really think these people are nuts. It didn't even dawn on me to think that I needed to change that. I was like, no, I'm fine. I'm healthy. I'm strong. My skin is healthy. My hair is healthy. I'm like, I don't need to change anything. I don't know what these people are talking about. So I was like, I have to just get with somebody who's willing to really push the bar or change the bar or change what's being out there. But
change the order, yeah.
Because when you talk about modeling, usually what it is somebody who is very skinny. That's how it was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Really skinny models, and that's it. Really, really fair skin models, mm-hmm. hair. This was like their image of what a model would be. So it's like, here I am telling these people, and these were older gentlemen too. They were much older. We're talking about 60, maybe 65.
Oh, wow.
So they weren't anybody who was young. These mm-hmm. were men. So it kind of like it took me by surprise. But at that moment when they told me those things, and they were probably like within the same month from both of these guys.
Okay.
I was glad that they told me what they told me when they told me, because I was at an age where I was young. I have to take a step back and say, I do not want to be beautiful or attractive for whatever they consider me qualification. So I don't want to be that no more. I want to be more than that. I want to be impactful. I want to be inspiring. That's what made me really step back and change how I was looking at things and in which way I was moving. So it went from, okay, modeling is fun, modeling is cute. And then it was no longer about that after they told me these things. It was about representing and changing the way people saw models.
Right.
Now, I know I'm just a grain of salt, but I'm like, whatever, I'm going to take me, my little grain of salt self, and I'm going to do what I can to change whatever I can. So that's what made me really sit back and think, I'm just going to go out there. I just want to represent for anybody who's curvy, anybody who's been told that, anybody who tried to be made to feel like they weren't good enough. They didn't look enough. You weren't small enough. You weren't big enough. You weren't tall enough. You weren't short enough. It says anything. Your hair's not the right way. I'm just to represent for all of those people, so that way everybody feels good. You got to respect individuality. I cannot stress that anymore. I can't stress that enough.
I believe, yeah. I like how you articulate and how you stand in the gap for that is very important. Sometimes we all go through something, and usually the best experience is life. And for those to be two monumental moments that happen with, like you said, within the same month, kind of were like changes for you, and it forced you to be a code breaker yourself. To like, no, I'm not forcing myself to be in your standards. I'm going to be who I am. I'm going to shine the way I am, and I'm going to be comfortable doing it.
Absolutely. And that was the thing, is like, and I felt like me just even taking it way back to just even being in high school and just being a kid and just wanting to just grow into making different changes and really letting people see that beauty can come in all different ways, different types, different shapes. When those guys told me that, it just was a matter of me just throwing a rock at the glass to try to break it and shatter whatever standard was there, so that more people could come through.
Right.
When I sit back now and I look around and I see how you got all the plus size women out there, all the curvy women out there today that is really, taking a stand, and like, I'm still beautiful. I still feel good. I still feel great.
Right.
And I look good doing what I'm doing. And it's like, that's what I wanted to see. And I'm really glad that they were able to shatter that glass, really come out and represent.
Exactly. So let me ask you this: what if there's like a let's say little girl or boy that is struggling with their appearance or their weight or their complexion or anything? What kind of advice would you give them? Because the teen years and the young years are very hard and detrimental. And if you don't act or talk or portray yourself a certain way, it could be even more detrimental for you. What kind of advice would you give them?
That this is definitely who I like to talk to, because I know how them teenage years will do you. And the world is designed to just try to make you feel bad about yourself so you can buy stuff and keep other people rich. And
interesting.
And when you're a young person and you're going through your own development in your body, also hearing all the blare and the noise that's coming at you from music videos to the music that you actually listen to in your headphones and commercials and movies and TV shows, you got a lot of stuff coming in on you, and you want to really work on getting to know yourself, because that's when you really start getting comfortable. It's not about how you look it's never about how you look. And it's going to take some time. Some people are not going to believe me. Some young folks do not believe me when I tell them that. But you have to really start tuning into yourself, because once you tune into yourself and you're comfortable with yourself, you won't even care how you go outside. You're clean, you done combed your hair today, and you went outside, and other people will feel that confidence that you're projecting when you go out there. Exactly. And they'll get out your way. They'll just get out your way when they see you coming, because you're comfortable where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
I remember for me, it was like the 10th grade. It was a 10th grade for me when I really started kicking down the door with the confidence that I had. Like, you really couldn't tell me anything.
Okay.
From the 10th grade on. When I was in my 20s and the men were telling me, oh, you know, this, your body, that, it just didn't. It was like, okay, I'm not believing you guys. But the biggest thing is to really understand yourself. Talk to yourself. Look yourself in the mirror and say some things to yourself that you like about you. And then you can do some things that are physical, but you need to find things that are also internal about yourself. And like, I'm a kind person. I'm a respectful person. I like being around my family. Being able to go to school and have classmates and still be in contact with my friends during COVID. You have to look for those positive things, because they're going to really, everything around you is going to try to take it away from you. You're going to have to hang on tight to it.
Yes, it is. You're going to be tested on all trials and tribulations that you will. I know. I think to piggyback off of what you said, my year was either 8th or 9th grade. And for a while, I didn't grow into my body. Like, I had a big head with a little body, and I had a big lips, and I didn't know, and my face didn't like fully form into my body. I had long arms. And then when I started to fill out my body, and I was getting into sports a little bit more heavier, that's when my confidence came in too, because instead of looking traditionally weird or tripping over my feet, I didn't know I was tripping over my feet because my feet were growing. And so I would walk up the steps a certain time in my life, and then I would trip up the steps actually when I was going through my growth spurt, and I would get annoyed by it, as opposed to like coming into who I really am, feeling confident in it, and actually going out and living. I had a good couple years once I figured out who I thought I was at that time.
And it takes time. I can definitely understand your frustration. Definitely understand your frustration there. And then a lot of times when you just take a step back and you look around and you're a young person, a teenager, middle school, high school, the other kids are going to make fun of you because they're going through the same thing and you're just trying to hide it.
Exactly. And you're not even knowing. I know. So does this get you? I know you've done some philanthropy, but I know you said you like to work with the younger generation, the youth. Is this what kind of events have you done to help out with our kids and our youth?
I've actually done quite a few. It was after school programs that I have done with the youth. I actually started out doing quite a few things. So there was a dress code fashion show that I did in Harrisburg, PA, when the school district was changing from you being able to wear regular clothes to them mandating that everybody wear a uniform. So we went to the elementary school at Camp Curtin, and me and Asia Richardson did a dress code fashion show, and the kids were able to see the different uniforms, different ways you can wear your uniform, and really get them comfortable with, okay, this is how an appearance is. They're going to make us wear a uniform. Let's have fun while we're doing it.
Right.
So that was one of the things. There was also a after school program about positive self-image that I did with the kids. Elementary school. This was still elementary, and really talked about positive self-image, positive self-esteem, too, on how to give and receive respect. So we role play with that. And then there was a communicating with your child that I did with the high school kids. Okay. And it a presentation that I did, and it involved the high school students, the parents, and the staff and administration of the school. And we're together to create this triangle to guarantee the success of the child graduating the teen graduating from high school.
Okay.
So it's just really just a lot of different things that comes with working with students and youth, and just really getting into those age brackets, because they're either the most impressionable. You can be the one person that really change what path they want to go on, and inspire them to do something with yourself. Because I know, because I was a teenager before, you don't even know what you want to be when you grow up. There's so much out there. Sometimes you can't even make a decision. You'll year, okay, I think I want to be a coach, and then next year it'll change. But then that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. And just teaching them to learn to adapt and to just start getting comfortable in their skin. That's the thing. That's one of the things that that I like to work on. So I've always done a lot of different things, and just different speaking engagements with the students and with the young people. I'm sure some things that I've done that I can't even remember. Here in Charlotte, we have Hope for All Charlotte, for we give free health screenings to neighborhoods, and we test them for diabetes, and we educate them on the diabetes and precautions and things that they can take, healthy eating to help with that. And we have nurses that come out, and they're the ones who actually started this program, Theo and Vicky, and other nurses too, who come out, and they will check your blood pressure, and they will make sure that you have all the information that you need and the knowledge that you need to make healthy decisions to minimize your risk.
Gotcha. I see throughout the years, it seems, just on the background on you, you got a big heart. And you like to give back to the community. And one of the things that I know is on the questionnaire itself is in 2006, helping out with Medicaid and behavioral health.
That was fun. That is where I guess my own type of business mindset started tweaking.
Okay.
So 2006, I took the contract with there's a statewide cost center in Pennsylvania. And they Medicaid and behavioral health. So you'll call into that line and you'll tell them, yes, I want to select my health plan for my Medicaid benefits that I get. And we'll tell you which health plans you can pick, and then we'll go in and let you know, here's the behavioral health number. When they won the contract, me and I think 4 other women and the director came over. It was actually 3 other women. It was 4 of us total. Came over, and the director, so that makes 5. And we helped start this cost center up from the ground. So we came over as just regular customer service agents, and then we were going to turn it into trainers. We were supervisors. We went over to the administration side, and we're coordinators for the program. And it's a really, really fun experience to really gain the knowledge and the hands-on skills on how to start a call center up. And it's still running till this day. One of the call centers with the government to help give back to the community, to really provide that platform and keep everything organized for the people who can receive these benefits. So it was a really good learning experience. And so all of the training and the information that I took or that I learned, I put that into being able to establish and build this virtual call center to create a completely different platform for everyone. So
hand in hand,
that's how they go hand in hand.
Interesting.
What gave me, or even started me on the entrepreneur, because that job started me on my entrepreneur process. I had left for 2 weeks notice with this call center. It was all on good terms, had a wonderful experience, and then I was going to go to a different call center, making more money. And so the last day on the job, I'm driving home and everything's good, everything's fine. And I get a phone call from the new job that I was supposed to start on Monday. It was Friday. Supposed to start on Monday, and they're telling me we have to retract our offer.
Oh, wow.
They told me they had to retract their offer. And I'm like, wow. So what do I do here? Again, I'm a young Mom, I'm a young person. I've never been in this situation before at this time.
Shock and anger. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a mom, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, what am I supposed to do? The rug was completely pulled out from under me.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea where to turn, and I just remember at that time, just like, that's all I could think of, not having nothing to really fall back. But that was another moment where I was like, this cannot happen again.
Right.
This can never, ever happen again in my
that kind of situation. Yeah.
I don't have anything. So for me to take that moment and really start, okay, what can I do to start building a business? What can I do to start being self-employed, to really, have something for me to fall back on in case something like this happens?
Mm-hmm.
And years, of course, to really plant my feet, years and years and years. It probably took me like 5 or 6 years to really say, from that time, to really plant my feet and decide, okay, this is where we're going to grow at. This is what I know. A lot of learning things too. I had to go back and learn stuff. I had to take classes, study. I had to read more. And all of that just took years for me to do. But the next time it came around where a job was either going to fire me or I didn't like where I was working at, then I had the option to say, you know what? Doesn't even matter. I'm just going to roll over and log in, and I'm going to take a class and do customer service from home.
Be like, I'm good. You know what? You want to lay me off because of the pandemic? I'm good. I got you.
That's fine. This is how you just like, that's fine.
Yep. Well, you know what? All right. You walk off gracefully.
Walk off gracefully with no stress. But that was the pivotal moment. And again, it was really early in my life. I think I was 26 when that happened. Because I remember having a birthday with that job, and I was 26, so I was really young. And I just was just thinking, I cannot have like my livelihood in somebody else's hands, for somebody to tell me, oh, you don't have a job, or you're going to be fired, or we're going to retract our offer. And then I'm just left, just out in the cold to do what? I was like, this can't happen again. No.
So your 20s were an eye-opening experience for you. You had a lot of going on. Yeah, I bet your head was spinning.
I was like, I'm too young for this.
And here you are, you're learning lessons that actually produce you to be more productive later on in life.
Yes, that's what they did. And I never was the type of person to just kind of just lay down and be like, okay, that's it, I'm finished.
Mm-hmm.
I always, it made me go, okay, well, what do I have to do next? Who do I have to contact next? What's the next move that I have to go at? You just really don't have time to sit and cry. It's about making a situation better.
Exactly. Learning from it and growing from it. Exactly.
Yeah. So learning from what's happening here. Who do I need to call? Who do I reach out to? And just really have my mind would just go like that, just thinking, what's the next move? Because I have to move forward. I can't just stay here and then things will get worse. And then I'll be regressing back to wherever it is I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I'm moving forward. So if I got down about something, okay, I'll probably lay on it or something, go eat me some ice cream Snickers, and for a day or two, snacking, eating stuff, no business eating. Then it's time to get up. We gotta go. Let's go.
Yeah. Go through that little funk period for a little while, but pick yourself up.
You gotta go and talk to your friends on the phone and talk about people, and you gotta vent and get it out, and then you just go ahead and go. Gotcha.
So I want to ask you one more question before I turn the floor over to you. All right. I watched one of your lives about, and I watched it last night actually, and I thought it was very enlightening, educational, and entertaining. And if you could share a little bit more about it, about being called baby mama, baby daddy. You don't like that term at all.
Yes, I absolutely do not find those terms flattering at all.
It shows a little bit of ownership over something you really don't have. No one should have ownership over.
That's how I feel. And it's like you're masking this person's identity or individuality. And I feel like, do you really have that much bitterness towards that person that you can't even say their name? Like, hey, this is my son's dad. Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And my son's name is Keon. So, hey, that's Keon's dad.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason to say, that's my baby's mama. That's my baby's daddy. I mean, just the name is just much quicker to just say the name. But it just really feels like it's the type of ownership. You're still trying to hang on to something that might not even be there anymore.
Uh-huh.
And then it takes away, to me, it takes, again, when I say respect individuality, that for me, it takes away the individuality of that person as a human being. This person has a name.
Mm-hmm.
It's not your baby's daddy. This person is not your baby's mama. Just say their name. But I did have fun doing that video. I mean, it was to be entertaining and just have the conversation out there, because it just was one of the things that really that just has never sat right with me. It just never sat right with me. Like just be respectful of the individuality and just use each other's names. We can all be cordial and have a good time. And it just does not. It just not resonate with it. But I know it kind of rubs people the wrong way, because some people are fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
People are fine with it. They don't have a problem with it. But just kind of to really push us to get into a more healthier stance when it comes to relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It's relationship building at that. Like, just say people's names. We're all individuals.
I know throughout the course of time, it does seem like it has turned into a more derogatory term or more commonplace, where as opposed to, I remember hearing the term baby mama was just like slang that I thought it was something that was going to fizzle out years ago. But now it seems like it's a term of it's a title. So I do understand what you're saying, as opposed to, me and such, we do have a child together. If I do have to introduce him or talk about him, yes, this is such and such mother. Her name is blah. And then go about your business. Yeah, right. More adult and professional to deal with it in that stance, as opposed to giving them a title. Yeah, that's my baby mama over there. I got another baby mama coming around the corner.
That's how. And that's why I speak on it, because I want to get more take on it. Like, how do you feel about hearing it? How do you feel about saying it? How do you feel about using it and it being used towards you?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I like to get more people involved with having that conversation, because then it also opens up the door for other conversations that are just as important when we're talking about building relationships. Because that's what life is about, really, just building relationships.
It really is, yeah.
Building healthy relationships, let me say that. And that's my big thing too, is just the healthy relationships with people. Mm-hmm. Building on that.
Basically building the village. Building the village networking is what it is. Exactly. Mm-hmm. We talked about a bunch of wonderful things, and I enjoyed having you here on the live. Is there anything else that you would like to? Right now, the floor is yours. Anything you would like to cover? Anything you'd like to say?
I think we pretty much covered all the fun stuff. This was really fun. You asked me all the good questions. Clear the air on my OnlyFans page.
Mm-hmm.
But this has definitely been a really good time. I do appreciate you so much for thinking of me, for having me, and for running your show. You've had a lot of inspiring people on here, a lot of amazing people to really come through and really share their stories and their talent with us. And for me to have this opportunity, it's an honor. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being available and coming on the show. And I thank you for sharing your knowledge, your wisdom, your jokes, and your experiences with us. Thank you again also for challenging me to actually do a little bit of revamp. And that's necessary. Sometimes that you just got to get smacked in the back of the head to realize that things are going on a little what do they call it? The hamster wheel of a cycle or something like that.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest and transparent. I got you.
Yeah, I see. I know. That's what I know. It's cool though. I appreciate it. And anyone watching, if you have any questions, her website is tickering below. If you have any questions or want to reach out, or if you're looking for anything to do to work from home, please reach out to her. Her information will be tagged on the header of this live. I appreciate everything that you've done, everything that you're going to do. I look forward to watching you flourish. I know you're going to continue to do great things for yourself and generations to come.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. But you know what, Khianna? I do these shows, I put on to put on. And I say that to say this. Anyone with a business, a product, or a positive message that are looking for a platform to get their information out on, let me know. Inbox me, text me, get a hold of me. Let me know. I will schedule you a time to tell everybody we're going to bring you in the lab. We're going to get everybody to get their pen and their pad. We're going to learn something. We're going to have fun while we do it. Again, if you have a business, product, or positive message, let me know, inbox me, text me, we'll get a hold. I'll get you on the show and we're going to have fun. I want everyone to live their life with the purpose and evolve so hard. But one more thing, Khianna, I have a guest coming on the show next week. Do you know who they are?
No.
I know. But guess what? You got to tune in and see.
I will.
We're gonna be on location next week, so it'll be in a different venue. You won't see the red wall. So make sure you guys tune in and see. Thank you, guys. I want you guys to remain safe. I want you guys to remain healthy. We're gonna get through these trivial times, and we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna be successful. Again, it's your motivational speaker, your empowerment coach, your author, and your favorite baker's favorite baker, Coach Clee, saying peace. Have a wonderful weekend. We love you. Goodbye.